What if one of the biggest secrets behind Japan's polite children, strong families, and surprisingly happy households isn't found in schools, parenting books, or expensive self-improvement programs? What if it happens every single night around a simple dinner table? Most people imagine Japanese success coming from strict discipline, advanced education, or endless hard work. But hidden inside millions of Japanese homes is one powerful dinner rule that quietly shapes children's behavior, strengthens family bonds, and creates adults who know how to communicate, cooperate, and thrive. And once you understand this rule, you might never look at family dinners the same way again. In many countries, dinner has slowly become background noise. Someone is watching TV. Someone is scrolling through social media. Another person is eating in a different room. Families may live under the same roof, but they often experience their evenings separately. In Japan, however, many families still treat dinner as something much more important than simply consuming food. It is considered a daily moment of connection, a moment where everyone temporarily pauses the chaos of life and gathers together. The rule is surprisingly simple. Whenever possible, everyone eats together and gives their full attention to the meal and to each other. At first, that might not sound revolutionary, but the real magic happens when you look deeper. Japanese parents understand that children don't learn most important life skills through lectures. They learn through observation. This idea is deeply connected to a cultural concept known as omoyari, which refers to empathy, consideration, and awareness of other people's feelings. During dinner, children observe how adults listen, speak respectfully, wait their turn, express gratitude, and show concern for others. These small moments may seem insignificant, but over months and years they become powerful lessons in human behavior. Imagine a young child sitting at the dinner table every night. They watch their parents thank the person who prepared the meal. They learn to say "itadakimasu" before eating and "gochisousama" after finishing. These expressions are not merely words. They reflect appreciation for the food, the effort behind it, and the people involved in bringing it to the table. Over time, gratitude becomes part of the child's identity, rather than something they are occasionally reminded to practice. What's fascinating is that Japanese parenting often relies less on punishment and more on social awareness. This approach is closely tied to the concept of shitsuke, which is often translated as discipline, but not in the way many people think. Shitsuke is less about enforcing obedience through fear and more about teaching proper habits through repetition and example. The dinner table becomes one of the most effective classrooms for this lesson. Children naturally learn manners, patience, and respect because they experience them every day in a real-life setting. This daily ritual also creates something modern families desperately need: emotional safety. Think about it. Children spend hours at school dealing with challenges, friendships, expectations, and stress. Adults face work pressure, financial concerns, and endless responsibilities. Dinner becomes a reset point, a place where everyone can reconnect. In many Japanese households, parents encourage children to share something about their day. It doesn't need to be a deep conversation. Sometimes it's simply talking about a school project, a funny moment with friends, or a small challenge they faced. These seemingly ordinary discussions build trust over time. Research consistently shows that children who regularly eat with their families tend to develop stronger communication skills and better emotional well-being. Japanese culture recognized this value long before modern studies began measuring it. The family meal acts as a daily check-in system. Parents gain insight into their children's lives, while children feel heard and valued. That's a huge deal in today's world where distractions compete for attention every second. Another interesting aspect is how this dinner rule supports the Japanese philosophy of kaizen, the idea of continuous improvement through small daily actions. Most people expect life-changing results from dramatic transformations. Japanese culture often takes the opposite approach. Tiny habits repeated consistently create extraordinary outcomes. A single family dinner doesn't transform a child's future, but thousands of family dinners across childhood absolutely can. Small conversations become stronger relationships. Small lessons become lifelong values. Small acts of gratitude become a positive mindset. The benefits don't stop with parenting. This dinner tradition also supports one of Japan's most famous lifestyle strengths: intentional living. Japanese households often embrace simplicity and minimalism, not because they want less, but because they want more of what truly matters. Instead of filling every moment with entertainment, they create space for meaningful interaction. In many homes, dinner is not rushed. It's not treated as an obstacle between work and bedtime. It's viewed as an important investment in family life. This mindset also influences financial habits. Japanese families are well known for being thoughtful with money. Rather than relying heavily on expensive outings or constant consumption, they often find value in everyday experiences. Sharing a meal at home becomes both financially smart and emotionally rewarding. In a way, the dinner table becomes a perfect example of Japanese frugality. It delivers enormous value without requiring significant expense. That's honestly one of the coolest parts. The habit that strengthens relationships, improves communication, and teaches life skills is completely free. There is also a subtle lesson in responsibility. In many Japanese households, children help prepare the meal, set the table, or clean up afterward. These tasks are not viewed as punishment. They are viewed as participation. Children learn that being part of a family means contributing to the group. This reinforces cooperation and independence simultaneously. Instead of expecting others to handle everything, children develop a sense of ownership and responsibility from an early age. Perhaps the most powerful outcome of all is identity formation. Every family creates invisible stories about who they are. When children repeatedly experience respectful conversations, gratitude, teamwork, and emotional connection around the dinner table, they begin to see those values as normal. They carry them into friendships, classrooms, workplaces, and eventually their own families. The dinner rule stops being about food and starts becoming about culture, character, and belonging. In a world obsessed with life hacks, productivity systems, and complicated parenting strategies, the Japanese dinner rule offers a surprisingly simple reminder. Some of the most important things we can give our children cannot be purchased, downloaded, or outsourced. They are built through presence, through attention, through small moments repeated day after day. Japanese families understand that extraordinary outcomes often grow from ordinary rituals. A shared meal may seem simple, but hidden within that daily habit are lessons in gratitude, empathy, discipline, responsibility, and love. And maybe that's the ultimate secret. The strongest families are not created through grand gestures. They are built one meaningful dinner at a time.